Important roles in the show. I'm sure we can find something for you.
She messed that up.
It's hard to believe that I couldn't see you were always there beside me. That I was alone. It's going to hold, but you were.
Thanks, Lizzie, for that amazing introduction. And today, we are at Keeping Up with the Hamlets, and I'm your host. We have King Claudius and King Hamlet. Do you guys feel an awkward tension sitting here today?
Well, a little bit for me. It's a little bit low-key, though. I mean, obviously I haven't seen my brother since what happened last episode. So it's a little bit awkward for me.
Well, that's nice. It's really awkward considering the fact that you murdered me, and then after you murdered me, you married the love of my life. So it's a lot awkward and really bad.
Wow, thank you. Claudius, do you regret killing your brother?
Well, you see, at first, I had this whole plan, and at first it was a little hard to actually start to execute that, but once I did, I knew that it was all worth it because I ended up getting everything that I wanted. So I don't regret it. No.
Wow, in fact,
You're a mean little man.
you were not asked to speak. So. Claudius, why didn't you stop Gertrude from drinking the poison?
Well, my plan was always just about the crown and the title. Gertrude was just kind of a stepping stone to get there. She kind of became something of like an item that I could just dispose of. So I just let her because I felt like in the end she was going to end up getting in the way. It would just get a little complicated. So I figured it's just easy. Just let her kill herself.
Oh, Claudius, thank you. Hamlet, do you feel that your son, Hamlet, is doing enough to avenge your death?
I mean, at first I thought he was just being a little boy about it and wasn't actually going to execute the vengeance of my death. And then I realized after he murdered Polonius that he was actually trying really hard to avenge my death, which I do thank him for that.
Wow. Do you feel that Hamlet has actually gone mad?
A little bit at first, which I was content with. I was, but I watched this one play that he wanted me to watch, and it was a reenaction of the death of my brother, and it was a little bit sketchy for me, and I felt like he was suspicious of what I had done. So right then I knew that I had to get rid of him, that he wasn't actually mad. It was just so. At first, yes, but then I realized that, so.
Hamlet, how about you?
Well, I mean, it was a part of my plan, and, I know my son, and I know when he's not being delusional, and he was not being delusional.
Thank you guys for this amazing interview. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Do you want a funeral as beautiful as theirs? Hit me up with a carrier pigeon at 1738 Fetty Wap Road.
And welcome back. We're here with Ophelia and Gertrude. Now, do you guys feel that Hamlet has actually gone mad?
Well, in terms of his sanity, I don't know. But in terms of his love, I do know. I know that he loves me still. That's all I know. But if he's really mad, he could be, for all I know. But I'm not really sure.
I believed that Hamlet was actually mad in the beginning, but once he ended up killing Polonius, I kind of realized that his sanity was still intact and it was all just a bad.
Now, Ophelia, at any point, did you feel that Hamlet's love was a lie?
I never felt that it was a lie, no. I mean, I had proof that he told me whatever I do whatever he does, never doubt his love for me. So I never did. I decided to trust him on that, but there were times when I felt it might have been withering, but it always ended up coming back to he loves me. So.
And Gertrude, do you really love Claudius?
I don't think I actually loved Claudius. I think he was more of my rebound after the death of my husband.
Okay, thank you. Now, up next, we have Prince Hamlet.
Are you looking for a new sword?
Yes, I haven't got a new sword in a fortnight. Look at this old thing. It's all busted and crusty.
Throw that one away and get yourself a new sword at Benvolio Sword Shop.
I love it. It's so long and handy.
You can get them for 9 easy payments of $24.99.
Welcome back to Keeping Up with the Hamlets. And today, we're here with Prince Hamlet. Now, Gertrude, at the end of this episode, did you think that Hamlet and Ophelia were meant to be together?
Well, Rachel, I do believe that they should have been together. Because at Ophelia's funeral, I even stated that I wanted them to be together because I ship Ophelia.
Now, Hamlet, what were your real intentions with Ophelia?
Well, originally I did want to make her my queen and, the ruler of Denmark. But then this little boy got in my way, and his name is Claudius. And he ruined my entire life. And instead of trying to, love the love of my life, I decided to use her as a pawn in my own life. That was a mistake.
Now, Gertrude, how did you feel when you figured out what was going on right before your death?
Well, I mean, of course I felt betrayed because my husband was trying to murder my son, and my son was trying to murder my husband, and so on and so forth. But I wasn't surprised due to the fact that days before, Hamlet, you did tell me that, things were going on and kind of gave me some background on it.
Yeah. Now, Hamlet, after pretending to be crazy for so long, did you begin to actually feel insane?
Well, I mean, after you play a character for so long, you kind of end up becoming that character. And I did, in fact, become insane. I lost myself, but then I found myself. And then I lost myself again right after I went ham on the curtain with Polonius.
Now, Hamlet, do you regret any of the murders you committed?
I mean, I do regret killing Polonius because that was your father. And, I shouldn't have tried to kill the love of my life's father. But yet, here I am, making mistakes.
Ophelia, what made you not save yourself?
Well, my father had just died, and I was feeling really alone, and that on top of Hamlet having gone off on me and telling me to go to a nunnery, I felt really alone. And when I was down there, I just thought I just didn't want to come back up, so I didn't.
Now, Ophelia, did you actually go to a nunnery?
I didn't.
I'm glad. Now, how did the death of Polonius affect you guys?
Well, for me, it was my father, obviously, and it was one of the reasons that I ended up ending my own life because it was really hard for me.
Well, I mean, Polonius was a dear friend, so it did have an effect on my life.
I did kill him, and I did take away someone's father and friend, so I do regret it.
I could imagine the feelings you feel after killing the love of your life's own father.
Yeah, it was a mistake. I shouldn't have done it.
It was a brutal murder.
Yeah, I thought it was Claudius, and I just...
And that's the end for this week's follow-up episode of Keeping Up with the Hamlets. I'm your host. Have a great night.